guys know, and for you guys that don't know, I put out a episode last week about the Apple Music Top 100 list. However, there was so many people that I didn't mention that I need to mention because I just felt terrible once I finished and we had a rap that I didn't mention these people. So this whole episode is going to be, I need to lift this up a little because I'm slouching. This whole episode is going to be about the people who was left off of that list. Oh, there it is. One, I have to immediately acknowledge the disrespect for country music. I don't understand what's going on. And like I'm starting to really realize now that this list was composed just for what I'm doing right now. They wanted to make people talk because there's no fucking way you have a list of the top 100 albums and you don't even have 2% of country music. And when I say country, I mean in the top dogs, not this new age country. Shout out to all the people that's making country. I don't even mean the Shania Twains, even though she helped change country. But I'm talking about Elvis. I'm talking about Willie fucking Nelson. I'm talking about Johnny Cash. I'm talking about Johnny Paycheck. And I'm talking about one guy whom I think is the greatest country singer ever. Some of you guys don't even know about this guy. But there's a black man named Charlie Pride who to me is the greatest country singer ever. And I'm not only saying that because I'm black, but a lot of people who are into country will acknowledge the absolute legend of Charlie Pride. So those are just some of the guys. But I had to speak up for country because, I mean, you don't even have Carrie Underwood on here. You don't even have Faith Hill on here. You don't even have the creep, Garth Brooks. So I had to get on here and do a whole nother video because there was so many people that was left off, and I had to put it out there and let everyone know, don't ever disrespect country music. And also, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Boom, you like how I did that? You can't let these people, there's no music without country. There's no music without blues. There's no music without jazz. There's no music without rap. There's no music without punk. There's no music without metal. There's no music without salsa, merengue, corridos. So I just want you guys to know to fucking leave out Vicente Fernandez, the greatest corrido singer ever. Or we can argue and say Chalino Sanchez was the greatest. But like it's guys like this that's not just great for music, they're great for whole communities, countries, states, cities. And y'all left these guys out, blatantly left these guys out. So I had to give it up for the Spanish speakers too. So all my Spanish guys, I had to throw in Vicente. I had to throw in what's the lady from Cuba? Fuck, I'm fucked up right now. I can't really think about it. But you know what I'm talking about. Fuck. That's going to eat me up, but we'll get back to it. No, not Shakira. She's Colombian. She's an old, fuck, whatever. I'm not going to go through my phone or my computer. But there's one guy that's not country, that's not Spanish, that I forgot to mention the other day. And when I thought about it, it almost brought me to tears, bro. That's how pissed I was. But y'all didn't have DM fucking X on the top 100 list. Let's not forget, when DMX dropped in 1998, he was the anti-establishment. You had Puff Daddy. You had Death Row. You had Mace. You had guys like this that was running music. So whenever you looked at MTV, BET, you saw a certain look. You had the gangster rap guys, lowriders, and you also had the shiny suit, like glossy lipped face guys. DMX was anti all that. He stepped on the scene. Bro didn't even have fucking gold on. He had a dog chain on his neck. He had overalls on without a shirt under it. fatigue pants, and he had a whole fucking burrow of people behind him on motorcycles. The Rough Rider era changed the look of hip hop. No longer did guys have to have this shiny and look to be respected, or this Hype Williams super colorful, give it to me now look, or the Death Row G64 hop look. DMX changed that. DMX was the first guy to have 2 albums drop in one calendar year and both debut at #1 and both go platinum. Let me repeat that again. DMX was the first artist to have 2 #1 albums drop in one fucking calendar year. It's Dark and Hell is Hot and Blood of My Blood. And y'all don't even acknowledge that. So that's how I know, like, this rant I'm going on is what Apple wanted. But at the same time, you have to respect the legends, bro. And when I say respect the legends, I mean there's guys on this list, and gals, you guys, you don't have. Now I got to get in my bag. If you know, you know. I wasn't even around in the 70s. I wasn't even alive. But one thing I do know, I know the significance and the impact of disco music. Now, I'm not going to go into all the disco singers. Chic was one. But if you were around in the 70s, you couldn't go anywhere without disco. I mean, you had a whole club dedicated to disco in the fucking 70s where anyone who was anyone had to go to this club. You had to be filmed at this club. You had to be photographed at this club. And this was Club 54 in New York City. And during that whole time, this was the most legendary club in the history of clubs. Even the fucking Tunnel doesn't come close to this. The motherfucking Century Club or any of these clubs that's known in these cities don't compare to the Club 54. And during that time, it was disco era. But the person that I want to mention that during that disco era, like I said, I'm not from that era, but I do know the history, is Miss Donna Summers. If you know anything about music, anything, and speaking of Donna Summers, why haven't anyone wrote a biopic on her? Why isn't fucking Kelly Rowland playing Donna Summers in a fucking movie? She looks exactly like her. She sings. Like, come on. Hollywood, you missing. You dropping the ball on that. Hey, Kelly, get at me. We'll put it out together. But Donna Summers, at a certain time, had so many fucking disco hits. She couldn't even walk. She was the fucking female Elvis. Do you guys not know Donna Summers? Please, for you kids or even you adults, go to Wikipedia and search, just so you know. But even after fucking the disco era, you think that was it for Donna? You think Donna Summers said, oh, you Chicago DJ who killed disco, you think that's all I can do? You know what Donna hit y'all niggas with next? She works hard for her money. Yes, hard for her money, completely different from disco. So she wasn't just a woman who had one genre of music. Nah, bro. I love you, baby, was such a sensual song. They were afraid to play that on the radio. But she had a slew of hits. She works hard for the money, hot stuff, bad girls, on the radio, dim all the lights, I feel love. Those are just some of the top 10 hits that she put out. So I had to mention Donna. To not put Donna Summers on that list is asinine. You guys didn't have Dolly fucking Parton on that list. So now I'm getting into the women that were disrespected. Donna Summers, Dolly Parton were not on this list, bro. speaking of for the women right now who were legends in this music, and we're talking about the top 100 albums of all time. You guys said that. We didn't say this. You guys said that. The top 100 albums of all time. You don't have Tina Turner on that list, bro. You don't have Tina Turner on that list. Do you guys know how serious Ike and Tina were as a couple during that time? Do you guys know that without looking at Tina Turner, because when my aunts and my uncles and my grandparents, whom they're no longer here, but for those who are, when they see Beyonce, do you know what they see when they see Beyonce? Oh, this girl trying to do Tina Turner. That's what the fuck they see. Because if you don't know all that sashaying and all that dancing and swinging your hair and doing all that shit, that comes from Tina Turner. So to not have Tina on this list, bro, not only that, Tina was a fucking smoke show. She was everything every man wanted. Face, voice, dance, beautiful. So I'm speaking up for the ladies right now, man. You didn't have Tina on there. It's crazy, bro. You didn't have Tina on there. Like before I ended the last one, part one of this video, you guys didn't have fucking Mariah Carey and Whitney Houston, which to me still, when I say that, I'm fucking tripping. Whitney Houston. If you guys conducted a list of greatest voices ever, there's no way someone's voice is topping Whitney. Right? Am I wrong, guys? Guys in the background. If they had a fucking list of greatest voices in music history, is Whitney Houston not number one? Some people may say Freddie Mercury. Some people may say, Mariah. But even Mariah, I don't think she can hold a candle next to Whitney. And don't get me wrong. Sorry if you're upset about this, Mariah. You probably never see this. Hopefully you do. Call me out. But I'm sorry, you can't hit those notes. You can go high with the octave 5. Yeah, that's something that's inhuman. Some people, there's only a certain amount of people that can hit that note. But I'm talking about the rolls and just everything. Whitney's voice was unfucking touchable. And that woman is not on this list. Let's get to the fellas that's not on this list. You guys already heard me say DMX, Charlie Pride, Johnny Cash. Did I say Johnny Cash? I didn't, huh? Johnny fucking Cash. See, this is back to the disrespect of country music. Johnny Cash, the man in black. How can you even speak of music and not mention Johnny? Like, there's no way. There's no way. That's like speaking of music and not mentioning Elvis, which you guys did. Man, that nigga Elvis and Priscilla, rest in peace, they're turning over in their graves because even they're like, what the fuck? My daddy changed the look of music for whites. He made it okay for whites to dance. He made it okay for whites to slick their hair back. It's the front. Because before then, you know, it was cookie cutter. It was really conservative. And I'm not just basing this on a fucking movie. This is something everyone knew who knows music. Everyone knew that. Before this biopic of Elvis came out, which was a great movie, we all knew what the fuck he did. We all knew how important he was. We all knew what he did for that culture. He changed the fucking game. Elvis was what Michael Jackson was in the 50s. And for you guys that don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, in the 80s, Michael Jackson had the world in his palm. There would never, ever, 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 and I promise you guys this, ever, ever, ever be a human as popular as Michael Jackson. I'm willing to bet. I wish we all get bit by vampires tonight and live another 200 years just so I can prove my point. Because there will never be a man or woman as popular as fucking Michael Jackson. He is the only person ever that is famous on all corners of the globe. Don't get me wrong. Drake, dumb fucking popular. Snoop Dogg, dumb fucking popular. Hey, Eminem, dumb fucking popular. Mariah, all these guys. But believe it or not, there's corners of the world where they don't know who the fuck they are. Little huts in the middle of Bangladesh where they don't know who the fuck they are. But I 100% guarantee those small little huts that I speak of in Bangladesh, they know who the fuck Michael Jackson is. 100%. 100%. I'm willing to bet both kidneys. I'm willing to bet all my ribs. Shit. You can even have my eyeballs, and I'll go the rest of my life blind. And the reason why I had to say that, blind, because speaking of a blind man who was disrespected on this list, and this is someone that's close to me because I grew up on a street in Los Angeles. On the corner of my street, there was a recording studio. It was called RPM. I walked by it every single day from the age of 7 until I moved off that street when I was 20. All my family, all my friends, everyone that I associate with right now has been on this street. I met on this street. I live with on this street. So this is a street that raised me. But every day we will walk by RPM. Do you know what RPM stands for? Ray Plays Music. This is where Ray Charles, the legend, studio was. I watched his tour bus drive down my street for years. I shook his hand a few times. Big old ashy ass hand too. I mean Ray Charles. Now all I know is my grandma. She spoke of Ray as if he was Michael Jackson, the greatest. Then when Jamie Foxx came with that movie, that helped me understand how huge Ray was. Because I'm not going to lie, I knew his music. I just didn't know the impact of Ray. But when I watched that movie, all I could think about was my grandparents. I'm like, oh, this is what they meant. Because they were around there in that time. Oh, this. He's the first one to do a lot. He took gospel songs and made them secular. He basically made sexual songs in church. When he was doing those moans in his fucking records, no fucking body was doing that. Oh my God. Remember, he got arrested for that in some southern states. And y'all don't have Ray Charles on this list, bro. I really fucking wish I could talk to the person in charge of actually putting out this list once it was concluded. Because one thing I really realized the other day when someone called me, one of my buddies called me and said, hey, bro, I'm watching your video and I'm really digging it. He said, but you really believe that Lauryn Hill is number one? Now, I had to tell him, absolutely fucking not. Absolutely fucking not. There's no way I would ever have put that album number one. But I did say there's no way I would argue it. But I made a mistake by saying that because I have to argue that now. Even the love I have for Prince, I said I will always put. But I even have to retract that because there's no way ever could you ever put Thriller not number one. And it took me a few days to think about this, and I'm like, yo. And my friend, shout out to Milton, keep watching, boy. I had to, he brought it up to me, and I really had to sit back and think. I said, damn, you know what? And Milton's not even a nigga, but I said, nigga, you right. Nigga, you right. There's no way. How the fuck? Wait a minute. We're talking about Thriller. We're talking about first of all, the greatest selling album in the history of music. We're talking about a video that was played like a movie. We're talking about costumes that they still wear today. But not only are we talking about Thriller, we're talking about Beat It. We're talking about Pretty Young Thing. I think I love you, Pretty Young Thing. And we're also talking about Billie Jean. These are 4 singles on that album. If you guys don't know, Billie Jean was the first African-American video played on MTV. Just off that alone should have that guy number 1. Let me go over the facts one more time, just in case you missed. The greatest selling album of all time. You had 30 million people tune in to see the premiere of this Thriller video. The first black man on MTV. Oh, again, did I say the greatest selling album of all time? So just off that, how is fucking Thriller not number 1? Now, I think, I came to the conclusion this is the reason why they wouldn't put it number 1, just off the fact that he's dead. I think they wanted to make it a scene and like present someone with a trophy and be like, yay, let's celebrate, just so you can see this person. But come on, Lauryn. I love the miseducation of Lauryn Hill. I really, really do. I almost got that fucking album cover tatted on me. But no, I chose to put another guy that I'm going to mention after this, who's not on that list. But even you, Lauryn, even you have to admit, there's no way your album is better than Thriller. We're talking about impact, record sales, everything that you can title for an album. He beats you. He beats you. Not only does he beat you bad. Apple, you know that. Apple, what the fuck are you doing? Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the thumbs up so the fucking algorithm can pick this shit up. And I just think you guys really dropped the ball. Me, let's say I switched places with Lauryn. And I'm not even fronting right now. I'm being dead ass serious. I would have grabbed that trophy or whatever certificate, whatever she got, and I would have thanked them. I would have thanked my family and friends for being there, but I would have made this announcement. There's no way MJ isn't number 1, and I'd have walked away from the mic. Come on, bro. We all know MJ's number 1. Without a doubt. We got guys still and kids still in every country, France, Germany. You just look at it. Go to Europe. Go anywhere in Europe. Go anywhere in Asia. There's street guys still out right now who never even was alive, or they probably was alive, but they don't remember. But they're still out there doing all of his moves, his fucking facial features, all his thrusting and nut grabbing. To this day, making money off being a Michael lookalike. Show me a Lauryn Hill lookalike that's on Hollywood Boulevard. Please, show me one. Is there anyone out there that's like, hey, welcome, tourists. I'm the Lauryn Hill lookalike. No, of course not. But I can go on Hollywood Boulevard and show you 17 fucking Michael Jackson lookalike niggas out there. So that just shows, like, yeah, y'all niggas is wrong. But, like, back to what I said, y'all did it on purpose. And the guy I speak of, the tattoo I got, is 100% the inventor of rock and roll. Some of you guys are like, who? What's the guy that used to hop around stage you try to tell me was the, what's my nigga name? Huh? Not Chuck Berry, I'm sorry. Chuck Berry wasn't on that list, Hoff. Now, a lot of people want to say Chuck Berry invented rock and roll, but no. You'll be wrong. Let me tell you why. Little Richard, he was the first person to play the piano at this pace. And all that stomping and all that shit that you seen. What's the fucked ass nigga that married his cousin at 14 that we never talk about? That, what's the piano player? Fucking, oh shit. Goodness gracious, great balls of fire. That guy stole Little Richard's whole act. You know, he's a white man, so, you know, he was praised more than Richard. But Little Richard was the inventor of rock and roll. And yes, I do have a portrait of Little Richard on me. But I just had to get back in here, man, and vent some more. Because like I said, country was way too disrespected. Women, way too disrespected. And also, the legend DMX was overly disrespected. So, this is just me doing a part 2 from the part 1. Really don't have a lot more to say. I said enough. I need you guys to go ahead and follow us on Instagram at _whynotpod. Follow me on I'm on Twitter, I'm on TikTok and all that shit, _same one. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think. And if you're interested in being a guest on the Why Not Podcast, DM us at _whynotpodcast, and we'll check our schedule, see if we have any, you know. We're reaching out to a lot of people reaching out to us, but for the people who want to be on the Why Not Podcast, it's really not that hard. DM us, and I am your boy, your bro, your guy, Bro Rogan. This is the Why Not Podcast, and we out. How you do?